Okay, back again. Uh, Today we're going to attempt to make a grilled cheese over a campfire, and instead of bread, we're going to use Bannock. So I'm going to show you how to make that, and got my fire just about ready. Problem is, I didn't have time to stop at the store. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have introduced Katie over here. Hi, Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie.
Say hi. Okay, so anyway, didn't have time to stop at the store, so I ordered my food through Instacart, and they're not here yet. They should have been here like a half an hour ago. I don't know, it's the first time I've ever used them, so I assumed they would be here when they said they would be here. You've used them before. I mean, are they usually pretty punctual, or?
Usually, yeah, I've not usually had any problems with them even coming out here, being too far behind.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to sit here and wait a little while longer.
I wonder if they got caught in traffic. You know how it gets sometimes.
Well, and it is like right about that time of day.
Drive time.
Yeah, so maybe that's the issue.
He probably did. You know, they're doing construction everywhere.
I've got my bed of coals here. It's pretty much ready, but until I get the food, I really can't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
So this is a fire, if you all watched, I had another video that I put out. I was making my second attempt to do a fire with the fire steel and the char cloth, and I was successful this time. Got an actual fire going. No, I don't want to touch it, Katie. It's hot.
I was
There
going
we
to
go.
do a Michael.
Okay.
Michael would touch it.
So, there we go.
So what kind of cheese?
Oh wait a minute. I think is that the Instacart person?
Yeah, I think
I
somebody's
hear a
pulling up.
vehicle. I think I see somebody over there.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah, I think this is it.
on a tractor.
Yeah, it's about time, but that's not a car.
Yeah, he just come right through the yard? I guess at least
This is kind of weird.
I can honestly say I've never had this kind of Instacart delivery.
About damn time.
Yeah, what takes so long, man?
Well, you know, I had to upgrade to a smaller vehicle. Gas prices are getting kind of crazy. So I go with a super compact. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately the top speed is, about 8 miles an hour, and traffic was a pain in the butt. They don't like it when you drive 8 miles an hour on the highway. But
Yeah, well,
That's how you know you're in the country.
no tip for you because
What?
you're about a half an hour late.
I'll back this thing up right now.
But we can give you a grilled cheese.
Yeah, that's right. You can have some of our food. We're gonna cook. That's what I was waiting for, is the food, so I can get this food cooking.
Yeah, I had to stop by Target too. I don't know, Target or whatever.
Yeah.
How to get your pans. Got to get fancy.
Thank
You
you.
got
Thank
your
you.
stainless steel and your Teflon
It's
jig.
not Teflon. But
Hopefully I got your order right, because
I hope so.
I don't know what that was.
That's the lard.
Cream cheese.
No, lard.
Oh.
It's not cream
Is that
cheese.
hash
Trust
browns?
me.
Yeah. Got some hash browns.
Hash browns. That's the grated cheese.
Oh, okay.
Show it close up. Show it close up.
Yeah, what kind of, I want to see what this cheese, the hash browns are.
Show the label and
Smoky pepper fontina.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
open it up
It's
and
not
show it.
hot pepper though. It's red bell pepper, so it's not hot.
Got your Bannock mix.
Yep, there's my Bannock mix.
You can get that at Target?
And the 2 napkins you asked for.
Oh, he did a good job getting what you needed.
Yeah, I guess you didn't do too bad. You got everything that I needed, so yeah. All right.
Well, I'm out of here.
Okay. See you later.
Watch my dog.
Wait until he's out of here so we can hear.
Yeah. Can I eat a piece of this cheese?
Actually, yeah, I cut a couple of pieces. So if you want to sample it, I thought it tasted pretty good.
I mean, I love cheese.
Oh, and it's also smoky. They left that off the label.
Oh, no, I read that. Smoky pepper fontina.
Okay.
But, yeah, I love cheese.
All
Marie's
right.
cheese shop's
Well,
awesome.
First thing we need to do is get the Bannock cooked. So I'm going to show you guys. What I've done is I've put all the dry ingredients in a bag. Come over here so you can see this. I wrote it on here so you can see, hopefully. Bannock takes a cup of all-purpose flour, quarter cup of powdered milk, or you can leave it out. We tried it both ways, and it turns out fine without the powdered milk. Teaspoon baking powder, quarter teaspoon of salt. So that's what's in here now. Now I'm going to add the last two here. A tablespoon of fat. You can use any kind of fat you want. That can be shortening, it could be lard, it could be bacon fat, it can be oil, it could be butter, and there's probably a few others I'm not thinking of. And then a little bit of water, which I've never actually measured, but I'm going to guess it's probably about a quarter of a cup. So we've got all the dry ingredients in here, and it's pretty well mixed up together. So the next thing to do is to add the fat, the tablespoon of fat that I need. So, get the knife out. This is my neck knife that Michael gave me. I really like it. It's nice. Got the lard here. I'm not going to measure, but I know about what a tablespoon looks like, so I'm just going to pick it up with my knife here. That's a little too much. I'm going to say about that much. Drop that in the bag, and mix it up into the dry ingredients. Now, Bannock is like a fry bread that the Scottish fur traders used to make. When they immigrated to the Americas, or North America anyway. This is a recipe that they brought with them. So when they were out in the wilderness, if they wanted some sort of bread, this was an easy on-the-go kind of recipe that they could do. So what I'm doing now is just trying to mix that tablespoon of lard into this. So it's distributed pretty evenly. And I'm going to say we are probably about there. So, next thing to do, open the bag back up, and we get to add some water. Now, some people who fix Bannock when they're out camping might bring a small amount of extra flour, because the problem is that if you add too much water, if you don't have that extra flour, you're kind of screwed. I usually do fairly well with it, though. I'll add a little at a time, and if it's not quite enough, then I can always add more. Make sure that's not sealing right. I don't want it spilling over there when I'm trying to mix it up. What you doing, Michael?
Trying to hurry it up so it keeps going.
What are you telling me to do?
Why is this not wanting to zip up right?
Right now, she's
There we go.
You don't have to sit there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's fun to sit there. But I'm gonna go get mini marshmallows, so it looks like there was a reason I left the
You know they can probably hear everything that you're all saying because you're standing very close to the phone. We're such professionals here. Okay, let's see. I think this is really gonna need some more. Feels pretty dry still. Yeah. So we'll add a little bit more. Don't spill. See how it looks now. I'm still going to say a little bit more water. It's got to be getting close, though.
So what kind of texture are you looking for?
Well, it's going to be like a sticky dough ball. I mean, basically, if you think about like what refrigerated biscuits look like Pillsbury biscuits before you cook them, about that consistency, but it's sticky.
But not wet. Sticky, but wet.
A little bit wet. All right, let's see. Okay, I think we got it now. Okay, I got a slight problem. I've added too much water. So, Michael, since we're really not out in the wilderness, can you run inside the house and get me a little small bowl with some flour in it? Because this is entirely too wet. Yeah, that's what I was talking about a while ago. Sometimes people will take a little bit of extra flour with them. because if you run into this problem, I mean, I suppose I could try, but my gosh, it's really, really wet. So, now that happens sometimes, you know. I suppose if I ever actually measured the water, I could know for sure exactly how much to add to a batch, but you know, like I said, I've typically not had a lot of problems getting the right consistency, but I kind of blew it this time. Here comes Michael with some flour, so we'll get it here, get it right in a minute. Oh no, I guess she's having to deliver it by vehicle. Okay. My bag's getting messy. Let's see how that does. So thicken it up a little bit, dry it out a little bit. I've got it all over my fingers. Okay, let's try it again, see what it looks like. A little bit more. I think this will probably do it. You know, my coals were burning up. Wasn't much left of them. Whoops, popped open. Okay. Tiny bit more.
Triple batch.
And excuse the noise over there. That's the next door neighbors. Their kids are playing basketball. You can probably hear that a little bit. Okay, we're gonna call this done. Oh no. Open. Okay, now I usually cook half of it at a time, so I'm just gonna grab about what is half. God, what a mess. What a mess. Well, I'll show in a minute. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of this over here, off camera. I think I'm gonna need more than that. Yeah, I've turned the bag inside out pretty much. Guys, it usually doesn't turn out this messy, but that's what happens when you mess up on adding the water. All right. Seems that they left me alone. I'm flying solo now. Making a mess. Whatever's dropping on the ground, I'm sure the squirrels and the birds will appreciate it. There we go. Get some of this off of the fingers. I guess you could say maybe about the consistency of pizza dough. You don't want it real wet. It's definitely sticky. Okay, so now, see little pieces dropping off. I'll take this and I'm just going to pat it down with a piece of tree bark. Don't necessarily need that in there. Alright. you want to get it as thin as you can. Usually about 1/4 of an inch is about as thin as I can get it without it kind of falling apart and getting holes in it. So it'd be nice if I had a flat surface. Oh, I do have a flat surface. Huh, look at that. All right, that'll work better, make things go a little faster. Over. There we go. Now, I want it about as big around as my skillet, which you'll see in a minute.
We need like somehow like have different stages, like when she makes the pan about that mixed, so she grabs it.
All right.
The next time, like the next scene is like
There we go. Now I'm just going to set this aside for now.
Like
here's the thing: as messy as it is, this starts to dry as you're handling it, and all you have to do is rub your fingers together, and it all cleans off pretty well. Of course, wouldn't hurt to go rinse your hands in the creek and get any of it off so it doesn't fall off easily.
Also, your coals are dying down. Like,
yeah.
you need to put some heat under that fire.
You know
like,
what?
maybe you need to hurry
I've
up.
got a pocket bellow.
Well, it sounds like you need to hurry.
Well, I'm trying. I do what I gotta do, though. All right.
Went vegetarian hunting, and I found these apples and caramels in the wild.
Oh my.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that might have to go over the fire too, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Put the frying pan on there. But you know what? I think I really do need to use that pocket bellow to get this thing going a little bit better. Here we go.
You flash, you
Alrighty. This is from Black and White Fire Starter.
yeah,
Comes in handy.
he gets them from cars on the side of the street with telescoping antennas.
I'm sure people would appreciate it if you didn't do that.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz has really good stainless steel antennas.
Alright, there we got a little flame. I really don't need the flame so much, but a good bed of coals would be better, but it just about all burned away. Alright, so we need to get some fat in here, and again, just like the fat that you put in your into your mix, you can use any kind that you want. You can use bacon fat or cooking oil, butter, whatever. Makes no difference. Whatever you prefer. Alright. Get that melted. We'll be ready to cook some bacon.
Sounds good.
Typically, when Michael and I are camping, if we fix Bannock, we've, I think, mostly just used or just eaten it with jelly on it.
And we cook it in bacon fat.
Yeah. If we cook bacon for breakfast, figure you may as well use what you got. Syrup melted.
I personally kind of prefer it really thin. And
Bannock?
yeah, I prefer my Bannock real thin and kind of like almost like a saltine cracker. It's really hard to make it super thin.
Yes, it is.
And it tends to grow whenever you cook it.
It rises. Yeah.
It rises.
It'll about double. Like right now, it's about 1/4 inch, so it'll be probably close to about 1/2 inch thick when it's cooked.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually eaten.
All right, the pan's starting to smoke, so that means the pan's getting real hot.
I'm just going to move it around because I don't want it over, one part of it over the direct flame and get, too burned, and the rest of it's still trying to cook.
Do you want something to knock down the flames with?
I can use one of these sticks right over here. A little large for the job, but it'll work.
What's catching flame right now is I put some bark around the perimeter. And that's gonna just dry off the wood that I put on there. I put some charcoal that was wet.
Yeah, that's
on the fire.
That piece right there, that flame you see right there, that's off the piece of bark.
Just kind of knock the humidity off of it.
already that it's rising. It's getting taller,
Yeah, it looks
thicker.
good.
This is a better way to say it.
All right, well, sorry for the shaky camera, but I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit on the subject. I've never done photography or anything like that, but I've taken art classes, so I know a little bit about feng shui. or
Feng shui.
or was it Nietzsche?
Well, you like
Nietzsche?
have to line stuff up a certain way, and like you want to have a focus. I was watching one girl who
Man,
talked
that's
about how
white.
you would like do it by yourself, like how she would line up her shots and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So like she would like take her keys and like put it in the spot that she wants to stand, and then she'd go back to her camera and line it up in a certain way. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it's really difficult doing that all by yourself, though.
Yeah, having to run back and forth, that would be crazy.
Yeah, it looks way better with your hand in the picture. Like you can actually see the contrast, your light exposure. Yeah, you can actually see all the divots. You can see how it's rising.
Oh yeah, it is definitely.
And that was probably about a
Get a little bit brown around the edge here, so I'm gonna pull this up a little bit. Check. Oh yeah, we're
Ooh,
done.
That looks good.
All right, so without a spatula to turn this, that works pretty easily. It's not, the top part wouldn't cook, so it really wasn't hot.
You might want to slow cook it because the inside's probably going to be a little bit raw. Might want to slow it down.
Well, we can just let it sit right there.
It's getting tickled a little bit by that flame still.
The wind's blowing it over there.
Move the coals over to one side, away from it.
I really wish I had a smaller stick, but I could just move that. That piece of bark. Oh goodness. Neighbor's dog's gonna get Katie.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a better stick. They're all kind of dried up. Like,
That's all right.
the low ones.
Here, just to show you. It's barely browning on
They
that
can't
side
see
right
it. You got to bring it up here.
now. Okay. It's barely browning on that side right now, but I want you to see.
Bring
Can
it
you
down.
tell how thick it is?
Right here in front of my hand.
See how thick it is
Up.
now?
Up.
Versus starting
Up.
out at about a 1/4 inch thick.
Oh my God, I'm going to zoom out. Professional. All right.
Better?
Yeah, now you can actually see it.
All right. So we're going to put it back in here. Let it finish cooking.
Hold it away from that flame.
Actually, I think I want it right about there. I'll just continue to turn it.
Yeah,
Not enough.
this stand makes it really jerky and hard for me to control.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to take it off of there, you just hold it in your hand.
I don't want to hold it for,
Okay.
we're going on 23 minutes of holding it.
Are we? Okay. No, sorry, it just takes a little bit of time to cook the bannock.
You know, whenever I fix a grilled cheese, it takes me about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes.
Do you have a stove? We're outside.
All right, well, I have a suggestion.
And we just made our bread.
Why don't we make this part 1 of cooking a bannock grilled cheese? Cut it off. All we're going to do is just wait for that to finish cooking. It might be another 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
We'll start the camera back up and we'll put out a video that's going to be part 2 of the grilled cheese on bannock when everything.
That might work. We have the taste testing,
Yeah.
you know, the samples and
We've
everything.
gone 23 minutes already. I know a lot of people are probably like, yeah, ready for it to be over
Yeah.
already.
All right, well, we're going to do a part 2. It's going to be finishing up, prepping it, and then
A little bit
eating
more
it.
brown, but yeah, we got a little ways to go.
All right, part 2 out.